Good morning, gamers. This is Megaraptor18 speaking, and this is a brand new series I started called How to Fix Gaming. I noticed with the next generation, their games have of lesser content than previous generations, particularly what I remember seeing in the PS2 and original Xbox era. So this is a series about the best parts of that generation that was lost on the last generation and it's been absent in this generation. And if we just go back to basics in some areas, gaming will improve. So let's begin. Note these clips are going to be very edited because I'm trying to keep it all down to 20 minutes. So you'll see a lot of jumps. With that in mind, well, you can figure it out right now looking at the screen. This is about friendly AI. I made up these little maps in the map editor of Fallout 4 to showcase this. As you can tell, the AI is not particularly bright, and I shot him because I got frustrated. Friendly AI hasn't exactly improved since, well, 2 generations ago. Because of this, there's been a major deficit in gaming. But the PS2 and the original Xbox generation created a creative solution which could easily come back and make this great again. Take command of ally NPCs. That's right. There were certain games that allowed you to take command of friendlies and use them effectively. Pretty much you gave them orders and such, for lack of a better word. The most starring example of this is a game I hold deep to my heart called Freedom Fighters. Now, those who remember Freedom Fighters know that you could get the more notoriety and more fame you get while fighting the Soviet forces in New York, because that's what the game was about a fictitious Soviet invasion of the United States, and you're fighting through all of New York. Well, you could gather followers. The more fame you got, the more notoriety you were allowed to have more followers follow you, almost to the point you had a miniature army, almost like a platoon with you. And you can give each soldier in that platoon of yours commands. Now, it was very limited, and you had to circle through the motions over and over and over to get what command you wanted, but it can be done. It can be done. With this next-gen technology, even with this PS4 control I'm holding with this touchpad, as shown in Killzone Shadowfall, you could give commands with a simple swipe. Now, I don't know about the Xbox One controller, so I will admit this is more prone to PS4. Hopefully, maybe Xbox can find a solution to that, because you need to be able to command allied NPCs. As you can see from this, now granted, I put them out in the open to shoot at each other, almost about 17th to 18th century style line battle, but at the same time, you don't want your friendly AI to rush towards the enemy, shooting from the hip like a madman. Now granted, these are supposed to be rebels versus a professional army, but even then the professional army is doing the same thing. Look, firing from the hip. The only enemy unit that actually doesn't fire from the hip is the Royal Guard. But even then, look at that. I know it's just one game, but you notice this. The what's the word I'm looking for? Nonsensical. That's it. It's actually late over here, even though I said good morning, but that's not important right now. What's important is we need to start laying commands. In Freedom Fighter, get back on topic, you can order someone to attack. You can order someone to defend. and you could order them all to follow you, and they will protect you. They'll do that job. They will fire on the enemy, and it was important for you to have those followers at times, because there'll be Soviet troops moving all over the area, and you don't want that. You just don't want that. So you order a portion of your team to guard key areas. You put like 2 or 3 people in one area that has high traffic of Soviet troops, and they'll pin down the whole area. They'll stop free movement. And that's what we need. We need how to make this better. To make the next generation, or current gen, truly current gen, is allowed to take command. Wouldn't it have been amazing if I would have taken command of these rebel troops against the Royal Army? And yes, I do have the invincibility and unlimited ammo on, but this is just to showcase that I needed to show you that AI needs to be fixed. We need to improve AI, and let's be honest, AI is actually quite difficult to get. I mean, it's been 3 generations and we still haven't gotten it right. Some games have, but most haven't. Solution around that: since you're supposed to be the hero or a commanding officer, mostly NCO level, you should be able to issue troops to local forces. Not like complicated maneuvers, just simple maneuvers. See, if I had the command option, I would have told them, stay in this slope. Just, don't go of that little elevated position. I mean, they had somewhat cover here. But no, they just went blindly charging, getting slaughtered. It would have been nice to tell them to stay put, so they can fire from at least a little bit amount of cover they had. It would have been amazing if they would have had the cover they needed. And that's become a bit of a difficulty. I know there's a feeling, oh, you want the player to feel like he's needed. It takes you out of the immersion, though. Oh, yeah, this was me setting up blocks, a little cover for both sides, thinking, okay, this will solve the problem. Spoiler alert, it didn't. They still charged the enemy, for the most part, in the most ridiculous fashion possible. And that's become a nuisance. I need to be able to command my fellow troops to hold a position. Even, let's go to another series, Fallout and Skyrim, or the Elder Scrolls series. Now, you could tell your follower or companion to just wait here, but I kind of want to give them command in a firefight. Let's say I'm with a guy. I'm with like Boom in Fallout New Vegas. He's an expert sniper, and I kind of want him to lay a covering sniper fire on the enemy where he is. Or in Skyrim, I want my house guard who, give them a bow and just have them fire at the enemy. Not because they feel like it, but I commanded them to do that, so they can give me covering fire with arrows, or engage enemy archers while I deal with close quarter fighters. I need control. I mean, be honest now. You have someone following you. You need to work as a team, not just blindly run into it. And of course, that's what we're going to get our hands on. That we're going to blindly have Fallout 4 unless they truly revamp the AI system. We're going to have an AI that's going to do what it wants to do without any control. Sometimes in Fallout and in Skyrim, I want to sneak up on the enemy. I really want to sneak up on the enemy, but if I have a companion in me, I have to tell them, leave them in another room so I can go in quietly. Or if I want to lay an ambush, I can't do that, because my companion's going to immediately engage the enemy. It's going to charge in and engage. I don't want that. I want to be able to tell it when to command, when to attack. And that's what we need. I've said that phrase a lot, but that's how much I really want. More games, if you're going to be in an authoritative position in battle. If your character has any ounce of rank and authority, should be able to at least order the troops under his command. Or he's a tier 1 operator, he can order local forces. Just for a brief period of time. Let's say just a section of a game. To engage the enemy. To engage in a particular manner. Let's say you see a Saul gunner. Oh! Yeah, let's go with that for a second. Battlefield 4. Alright, when I said Saul gunner, it reminded me of Irish. Now, they had a bit of that type of system, but it was just concentrate fire. Engage, that's it. Which was ridiculous, and it had a recharge timer. I didn't use it because it wasn't needed. But wouldn't it have been nice if I had Irish with a saw? I'm engaging Chinese forces. And just order him to hold position. Just have him hold down behind cover and tell him, give out an order, cover fire. And he pulls up his saw and he lays cover fire on Chinese troops. While I take Pack and Hannah and go around quietly. Like, go to the next layer of cover. Let's say I go to the next layer of cover. I can order Peck there to stay there, and he provides covering fire. And then I'll move up with Hannah. Same thing. Keep it going. What about in COD? Instead of follow the leader type gameplay, why not you actually command your buddy, give orders to your buddy? Saying, hey, I need covering fire, I need Overwatch, I need sniper fire. You can do that. You should be able to do that. Give out a simple command or hold position. And you just like, you see a convoy coming in, you order your buddy, you're the guy you're with, to stay put on one side of the street. You rush over to the other side of the street without being spotted by the enemy. Enemy convoy comes in, or more like a patrol. You get a patrol of, well, whatever the enemy is going to be. Probably Russians, but obviously they're moving away from Russians, you know, to South Americans. But move past that. They move, the patrol comes in, and then you lay an ambush. You order your buddy to fire, and you just ambush them. You can wipe out an entire patrol without them even noticing it. Wouldn't that be amazing? Or you're playing Rainbow Six, if it had a single player. But it doesn't, sadly. But let's use Rainbow Six Siege, the myth of a multiplayer. Oh, yeah. Great AI on both the enemy and Golden Path. Just watch this for a second. It's just, they never get each other from this. And that's Royal Guard too. He's supposed to be the elite troop. I guess the only reason they're elite is because they actually aim their rifles and not just fire from the hip like random idiots. And look, just shooting at each other. Completely missing. I think it was a point at like around 9 o'clock. When 9 o'clock. At the 9-minute mark, you literally saw a Royal Army like unload a full clip into a Golden Path fighter. Nothing comes of it. Wait a minute, no. Unloads an entire mag, I should say. Unloads an entire magazine. Can't believe I made that amateurish mistake. You know that, oh, you know, 30 mag clip. You know, got a 30 mag clip. You know, from my ghost gun. Fucking idiots. Okay, back on topic. I actually forgot the topic, damn it. But yeah, you know what? Let me roll off on this. Give them better aim. I know that he's got, at least in this game, they're supposed to, and the Royal Army apparently is not that well trained, But come on. Give them some, at least have them shoulder the weapon. I mean, I can hip fire in this game and actually hit my target better than both sides could. But, what can I say? What else? I swear there was another game that did this well that... actually, it was last gen. This was last gen. Army of Two. Army of Two, you had... you and your battle buddy. And it was easy to move around, you know, cover. But you had one of your guys go aggro, lay suppressing fire. Just keep firing at the enemy. And allows you to sneak around the enemy. And it was used over and over and over, but it was effective. And it felt like I was in an actual firefight. And that's what I need in current gen games. The immersion factor that I'm in a battle. I need to know, well, not know, but I love the feeling that you're in a battle. And moments as you see here just take you out of it. When you see guys just run over cover, ignoring cover, charging at the enemy like a damn fool. I actually kind of told my buddies this on a chat. It says, well, they're brave warriors. He was saying it sarcastically. And I pretty much told him, yeah, brave warriors, they died, and now I gotta deal with the fucking reinforcements. All by my lonesome. But, I mean, past games could do this so well. It wasn't even something complex. It wasn't something over the top. It was just very simple. Follow me, hold this position, and attack. Like, be aggressive. Like this woman, right? That was actually an accident. But we can't have that anymore. We have to rely on the limits of ally AI. Don't get me wrong, I don't like it when an AI steals my kills. But at the same time, when the chips are down and I need help, allies are no help because sometimes they're just staring at the wall shooting, or they're tactically illiterate. Yeah, they're tactically illiterate. I just coined a new phrase. And that's become a major issue to me. I am sick and tired of not having an AI team that has my back. Now I just remembered. I remembered the game that got me on this rant. Republic Commando. You were pretty much in charge of a clone commando unit during the Clone Wars. You had 3 other members, and it was pretty much a special forces game of Star Wars. You can order them to stack up. You order them to breach charge. You could give them particular orders. It was great. But those games are gone. And we need to bring them back, because that's where gaming needs to be. I'm Mega Raptor 18, and I'm out.